Hi friends, today I'm making Hainanese chicken with rice.
Alright, let's get the ball rolling with part 1, the chicken. We're going to take 2 clumps of ginger and we're going to slice that up. Next we're going to fire up a saucepan deep enough to fit a whole chicken in. To that we're going to add about 5 to 6 cups of cold water. While the water's coming up to the boil, let's add the sliced ginger, a couple cloves of garlic, and a sprig of spring onion sliced in half. And then we're going to add a splash of Chinese cooking wine, a pinch of salt, and a pinch of white pepper. Go ahead and add the whole chicken into the pot. I'm going to put a lid on that and wait for it to come up to the boil. Gently simmer the chicken for 30 minutes and occasionally discard the floating residue from the broth. Check on the chicken after 30 minutes and flip it around to cook both sides. Let the chicken cook on a slow simmer for another 15 minutes. When the time's up, go ahead and remove the chicken from the broth and set aside for later. Next, we move on to part 2, which is making the chicken flavored rice. Add 4 to 5 cups of jasmine rice into a colander and rinse with cold water until all the starch is removed. The water should run clear. Next, finely chop a couple of cloves of garlic and we're going to infuse the fried garlic into the rice. Go ahead and fire up the wok and add a couple tablespoons of oil. On a medium-high heat, add the chopped garlic and fry until golden. Add the cleaned rice into the wok and stir around until you smell the garlic aroma. Be sure to keep the rice moving to avoid browning. We only want to let the rice absorb the garlic flavors. When the rice smells good, let's go ahead and empty the rice into a cooking pot. Ladle about 5 cups of broth into the rice using a strainer to catch any leftover residue. There should be enough broth to cover over the rice about 1/8 of an inch. Drop the rice into the cooker and it'll be ready in about 20 to 30 minutes. Moving on to part 3, the ginger scallion oil. Start peeling about 8 clumps of ginger. An old-fashioned trick my mum taught me is using a spoon to scrape the skin. Next, cut the ginger into slices and then into strips and then start to finely chop into a mince. Add 2 sprigs of spring onion finely chopped into the ginger. Combine the seasoning by adding a good pinch of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger for that extra kick. Continue to chop the seasoned ginger and spring onions until well combined. Move the mix into a good sized bowl and fire up the wok again with a cup of vegetable oil. We want to get the oil to its smoking point. That's when you'll know the oil is ready to use. Slowly and gently pour the hot oil over the ginger mix and listen to that sizzle. Be careful as the bowl will be hot. Okay, the final part is to build your plate. Take the cool down chicken and go ahead and cut your favorite part into slices. I like to remove the skin, but that's totally optional and completely up to you. Go ahead and slice the chicken into bite-sized pieces. Alright, it's time to plate. Take the sliced chicken and add it into your plate with the rice. Pour a couple of tablespoons of ginger oil over the chicken, or if you prefer, add the ginger oil onto a side plate for dipping. I also like to add a splash of soy sauce for that extra umami flavor. Alright, that's it. Enjoy!
Cheers! Don't cut yourself!